Need Pokemon Go PvP coaching? Well, I'm on Metafy, so click the link in the video description, it'll take you right to my page. What's up, guys? Got another Great League team. We have Great League back, and I have an oldie but a goodie for those of you who've been following the channel for a while. I've been a big fan of the Abomasnow Azukor for a long time, and it's always been a struggle to find out what Pokemon to pair. At first, I started with Pelipper. I've done Rainy Castform. I moved on to Jellicent and hit Legend in one of those seasons. That was one of my Legend teams. So I'm very familiar with this pair. And finally, a lot of people have been talking about, isn't Tapu Fini, or isn't Tapu Fini better than Azumarill? Is Azumarill better than Tapu Fini? And to that I say, why not both? Why don't we run both Azumarill and Tapu Fini? Now we have two answers for the fighters, which in previous seasons and iterations we didn't really have unless you used something like Pelipper, which kind of had its own weaknesses to other Pokemon as well. For example, it couldn't be swapped into Bastiodon, whereas Azumarill would have to pull the weight on that one. Then you'd have things like Politoed and Rainy Castform that can lose to the fighters. Now we have Tapu Fini that not only can beat these ground types, these steel types, these rock types, but can also beat these fighting types. So this is kind of the perfect ABB. I struggle a little bit thinking about which Pokemon to run as the switch, and in my opinion, I feel like Azumarill is just the better switch here. It's got access to Ice Beam, and yes, I know Tapu Fini has access to Ice Beam too, but I don't really think you want to run it on Tapu Fini. I really think Surf is just such a good move, and Moonblast as well. Just, there's so many dark types in this meta. Fairy is extremely valuable, and it allows Tapu Fini to actually nuke really hard as well. So that's the team. Shadow Abomasnow is the classic moveset. We got Powder Snow, Weather Ball, Energy Ball, Azumarill. We're running Ice Beam and Play Rough, as I think this is the better safe switch moveset. For the most part, Azumarill isn't your answer to these Bastiodons and G-Fisks. You're going to be switching it in to them, and they're going to switch out normally. So you don't need Hydro Pump in these cases. Tapu Fini's got your back with the water damage at the end of the game here. Unfortunately, though, lacking Hydro Pump, if they don't swap out, for example, I did have a game where they did have a Bastiodon lead, and the Bastiodon decided to stay in on the Azumarill, and it made the game extremely difficult because unfortunately I had to waste all my energy throwing resisted moves into a Bastiodon, which, I mean, even if you're throwing not resisted moves into Bastiodon, it's not really doing much. But either way, we should get into some battles, see how it goes. It's an ABB team, pretty much. If it's a neutral lead, you switch out. You can try and catch. Azumarill's really tanky. Notice my Azumarill is an XS Azumarill. It's not an XL at all. It can't tank as well as a lot of these other Azumarills out there. So in this case, you're going to kind of see what I'm talking about here. This is a great lead for Abomasnow, but it's also not bad for Azumarill and Tapu Fini. So I'm going to throw the Energy Ball. They let it through. I'm going to swap and catch a move. I mean, if I catch an Ice Beam, great. If I catch a Play Rough, that's fine too. Deals way less damage to Azumarill than it does to Abomasnow. And in comes Trevenant. So this is kind of the reason we don't safe swap Tapu Fini. You safe swap Tapu Fini and they have a Trevenant, or you safe swap Tapu Fini and they have like a Venusaur, you're going to lose. Like a really hard, not just the matchup, you're going to lose the entire game with all the energy that the Venusaur can build up off of the Tapu Fini. In this case, I grab the shield on the Trevenant. They're always going to shield that Ice Beam. No shield, and I'm going to be able to come with a Abomasnow. I will shield because the Shadow Ball will take a Abomasnow out. Being even shield is not too bad here. They actually get to another move. I get a little bit greedy, but I was like, there's no way it can be at more than a Seed Bomb, so I do farm a little more. Throw the Weather Ball. I really should have thrown before they got to the Seed Bomb, but it's alright. Tapu Fini and 2 shields still ready to go. Because of the change in GBL where now you can't defer damage off of a charge move, I'm now swapping out more instead of throwing a move, because if they sneak, that damage is permanent at that point. So if they have a Talonflame sneak and Incinerate there, it doesn't matter if I get the move off. Abomasnow's down. In this case, we have a Walrein in the back. I'll shield up the first move. And you know what? The only way I can win is to bait here. Tapu Fini a bit slower to Moonblast than Walrein is to Earthquake. And I need to get this Moonblast off to KO the Walrein before they get to another Earthquake here. Because Tapu Fini will need all the health it can get. And yeah, that Moonblast hits hard, takes out the Walrein, and it needs some HP to take out that Azumarill, lest they get to a Play Rough there. Yeah, Surf will be enough to take it out. Yeah, Tapu Fini, very interesting. It's like if you want to play Azumarill, but you don't want to have super slow, super boring games, then you can play Tapu Fini. It's also a bit exciting. People don't know the matchups yet. They don't know the counts. No one can count Water Gun. One turn fast move is super useful. And we have a Stunfisk lead. At this point, I usually just try and catch the Rock Slide on Azu. So you can see I trying to catch there. I think it stuttered a little bit. Maybe not. Maybe it was a different game I'm remembering. Where like, they got the refund. That's been happening a lot recently too. In this case, I'm going to build all the way up to Hydro. I got to make them at least think that I'm at the Hydro. That's important. Don't just throw Ice Beam. They're not going to shield. So I farm up a little bit more just in case they don't shield my Hydro Pump. If I throw it right away, they know I'm faking the Hydro Pump. Either way, gonna almost get to another Ice Beam. But you know what? Azumarill's done its job. It's got shield advantage here. And now I can bring in Tapu Fini, or I can bring in a Abomasnow and take this thing out. And actually, I think I bring in a Abomasnow here because I'm pretty sure that they can't handle Tapu Fini in the back. Because if they could, they would not have stayed in and shielded their G-Fisk against Azumarill. So in comes the Sableye, so exactly what I'm talking about here. Gonna throw a Weather Ball, and guess what? I think everyone kind of forgot about how hard Shadow Abomasnow hits. That's a Weather Ball. That's a 35 energy move against the Sableye. We're gonna throw 2 of them and just straight up farm this thing down. So Abomasnow still has energy, and there's still a shield up. And we'll see what they want to bring in. But their switch timer is not up. In this case, it's a Araquanid. Kind of annoying. Tapu Fini has a pretty good matchup here too. Like Araquanid's very tanky though. You can see that how it handled that energy ball. I'm just trying to get a shield, or the final shield off of this thing. I don't want it to let it farm me down because I know I'm going to have to swap and catch some Bubble Beams. But every move from Araquanid is resisted by Tapu Fini. I don't really have to worry too much about shielding. They're going to go for a move first, and it's going to be a Bubble Beam. Yeah, does nothing. And then this time, will it be a Bug Buzz? We'll find out. Either way, it doesn't really hurt too much. Yeah, not a big deal. And then I farm up a little bit extra because I need to be able to beat this G-Fisk to some moves. And actually, this G-Fisk has quite a bit of energy too, so I may actually have to worry about catching him. No, I won't have to worry about catching a move. They realize they're going to need 3 moves to take out my entire team. And it's just not going to happen. Yeah, this team is a lot of fun. It's a lot of fun to play. I love Abomasnow. I love Tapu Fini. Azumarill's meh. Poison type. Team with 3 poison weaknesses tries to take on poison Pokemon. Here we go. Nidoqueen. So, Abomasnow wins the 1 shield versus Nidoqueen, right? You get to moves faster. Your moves a 1-shot. And you win CMP. So, you can see I throw my move there. We tie at CMP. And what do I do here? I think a smart move would have been to go to 5 again and go for the CMP tie. But I decide I want to keep my Abomasnow alive with even just a little bit of HP, I think. And I'm going to swap into Azu to try and catch the move. They eventually have to throw. But at this point, they're like, wait a second. This thing's also weak to Nidoqueen. But Azumarill's not that weak to Nidoqueen. Azumarill wins the 0 shield against Nidoqueen. In this case, Nidoqueen has an energy advantage, of course. And even so, you get to the Ice Beam. And hopefully, since they didn't swap out here, Tapu Fini can go ham in the back. And I'm hoping for a Double Dark. But that is not what Double Dark looks like. I think if I just let my Abomasnow go down in the lead, and I'd come in with whatever to take out the Nidoqueen, I would have been in a better spot, for sure. Because this Walrein got a huge farm on my debuffed Azumarill, and now it's essentially got an Earthquake already. I'm going to shield the first one up. And I'm thinking I really have to catch to win this game. So I try and go for the catch. I don't know if that was a refund either. I'm just like scarred from this game not working properly. Like I look at everything, and it's so easy to blame the game instead of myself now, because usually that is the case. You can see I swapped out the Moonblast though. It does quite a bit of damage, but doesn't quite KO the Walrein. And because they get this Earthquake off, there's not a lot that Tapu Fini can beat in the back. There's an Umbreon too, so Tapu Fini definitely could have won this matchup had I not had to tank that Earthquake, or had I successfully caught that move. But my opponent did a great job not throwing. Or the game did a great job helping them not throw. Who knows? It's very hard to tell nowadays. Hard to improve on your game when you don't know what is a mistake and what is the game screwing you over. Shadow Alolan Marowak, this is a new Pokemon. Unfortunately, all mine have frustrations, so I can't be testing them out for you. Very frustrating indeed. We have Alolan Marowak, terrible lead for Shadow Abomasnow, and now we have Dedenne for Azumarill, and I was certain this was going to be an Azumarill in the back. The double bunny, double mouse, double rat, like, I don't know, double fairy technically type of line, because they both work pretty well with Alolan Marowak. In this case, yeah, my opponent is quite good at counting. They charge all the way up. And I'm going to send a Abomasnow back in. You know what? It does not even matter if I charge up here. None of these charge moves deal any damage to Alolan Marowak. I just need to take out this Detonate. It's as simple as that. The play rough hurts. I can't risk taking another move. So we throw the Weather Ball. And hopefully Tapu Fini can 1v2. And honestly, a lot of teams, it can. If for some reason it seems like people have forgotten about the Water Fairy types, because there were a lot of teams where this ABB absolutely paid off. Azumarill swaps in, baits out their only Azumarill counter, and then all of a sudden Tapu Fini has the freest game of all time. Look at this. Like, Alolan Marowak lead and Medicham in the back. Have these people forgotten about Azumarill? And this is, I'm not saying this about this person specifically. I'm saying this about just in general. This is what I've been seeing. They bait with Ice Punch, which is not going to be enough. I was scared they were going to Power Up Punch bait me, because I've been getting Power Up Punch baited all day. But with the Ice Punch, Tapu Fini is going to be able to make it to the Moonblast here and take out this Medicham. And then hopefully we'll be able to take out this Alolan Marowak with a nice little catch here of my own. Just got to make sure you're counting all the time. Yeah, they didn't undercharge the Bone Club, so they won't get that much farm there. And then Tapu Fini should be able to get to this Surf before they're able to get to their move and take out that Alolan Marowak. So yeah, there's a lot of times where it feels like Tapu Fini just has the ability to close. You give it some shields. It's the easiest Pokemon in the world to catch with, because it's got a one-turn move. You're never stuck in a move animation. You can swap whenever you truly want to. So we're going to get a positive set. I think this is my 4th set with the team or something. I had every set was positive. Actually, I think I had it 1, 2, 3. But everything else was positive. And we have Tapu Fini here. Oh, Abomasnow loves to see it. So I'm just going to charge up. I thought they'd try and catch for sure, and they did. So instead, they come with the Trevenant, and this is not what you want to do. Come into Abomasnow, and Abomasnow immediately takes 2 shields. Well, luckily for them, I can't switch out. Otherwise, I would have absolutely had my way with this team. And I make a very stupid mistake. So I'm going to shield up. Pretty clearly a bait. But I decided to get cheeky with the farm. I was like, they have to go to the Shadow Ball. They can't throw till they're at 7. Wrong. They can throw out 5, because Seed Bomb is enough to take out at this point. I probably should have maybe even swapped or just committed for the farm down here, but I decided to throw the Weather Ball. I'm going to come out of this with a 0 shield advantage, but with energy on Abomasnow. And they actually come back in with Fini, which means... Yeah, I thought they were trying to snipe me with a Surf, but they didn't throw right away, and we see a Surf come out on the Azumarill. So I actually thought this was a single move Tapu Fini. I was like, why did I spend all these rare candies? You just run a single moved. But my opponent was nice enough to reveal to me that this was not, in fact, a single move Tapu Fini. And unfortunately, this moveset on Tapu Fini does not beat Azumarill at all. I just go for the farm down because I assume they're just going to keep surfing me. But the big surprise, the big reveal is that it's running Ice Beam. So they actually could have caught my Abomasnow off guard. I would have been absolutely shocked. In comes the Sableye. And yeah, this game was in the bag regardless. And that's kind of a big benefit of this team here. The entire team is pretty good against Sableye, which is an extremely common Pokemon. And you've got good matchups against Az, you've got good matchups against G-Fisk, kind of the whole shebang here. So it's just a very solid team. It gives you play in a lot of these matchups. And yeah, the whole team beats Gliscor. You're seeing a lot of those. I saw one Gliscor today. It was a very sad Gliscor. Trevenant lead, great place to catch it. Tree on tree violence. Someone think of the environment. I don't know what I'm doing. I did this all day, just swapping slowly, trying to catch a move. Catching doesn't work at higher ratings, like if you're just trying to do this. And it puts your Pokemon at a disadvantage. Tapu Fini actually pretty good against Frostlass still though, because even at this huge energy disadvantage, I can tank the Shadow Ball. These Powder Snows, they don't do too much. And you keep around the same pace that they do, maybe a little bit less. So at this point, I was pretty sure they were going to get to the third Avalanche. Or I guess their second Avalanche, the third move, before I was going to get to my third Surf. So if they let this through, I was just going to no-shield the next one. But they did let it go, and I was able to keep Switch, which is great. Unfortunately, they have a Nidoqueen, so once again, the conundrum of 3 Pokemon weak to Poison, but 3 Pokemon that deal super effective damage to Nidoqueen. And yeah, that's kind of the core breaker here. It's poison types that aren't Nidoqueen, right? So something like Shadow Beedrill absolutely dominates this team. Unfortunately. They make a great catch here, but catching an Ice Beam on Trevenant is like taking the Ice Beam on Nidoqueen. I'm just going to swap into the Abomasnow, just farm Trevenant down at this point. So now this has actually put me in a better spot. I'm now going to be able to get these Weather Balls off. And just slap Nidoqueen with these balls. Yeah, the second one's going to come out. And honestly, I thought they had another shield. Even if they had another shield, I think I still would have won this game. Yeah, pretty solid team. And it benefits a lot, yes, from the only real poison-type Pokemon in the meta being Nidoqueen, right? If Skuntank was more common, this is a big problem. If, yeah, started turn behind. Kind of terrible. Not a turn behind, 2 turns behind. So they're actually an entire move ahead, which is unfortunate because the entire point of Abomasnow here is to outpace Diggersby. And they're not swapping out, which is a bit interesting. Because this is a pretty Abomasnow favored matchup. Let the Weather Ball fly. And I'm going to throw one more Powder Snow and then swap and catch. And you can see that one. That one was a refund. For sure. You can see the pause there when Diggersby's like, oh, no, I actually don't feel like throwing a Fire Punch at the Azumarill today. And he just doesn't. Wish I had that kind of self-control. But luckily this guy's running Diggersby Double Charm. Probably, honestly, I think Diggersby's the best charm lead. I'm going to just take this thing out. I probably should have just let it deal a little bit more damage to me first, because now whatever's in the back, like whatever charm is going to have a little bit of an energy lead. And now, if they were running like an A9, they might be able to get to 2 moves, but because it's Wigglytuff, they definitely cannot get to 2 moves. At this point, I'm trying to be very cognizant of the catch, and he caught. And that's kind of what I wanted. I don't want this Diggersby to get his move off on my Abomasnow. So I was waiting for him to switch in so I can throw my move at him. Unfortunately, I should have thrown the Weather Ball. I didn't realize it was that low. We have Wigglytuff coming back in, and this is a bit of a rough scenario. I just need to make sure I get this Surf off, because Abomasnow can for sure get to a Weather Ball versus Wiggly. And yeah, these Water Guns just do so much damage. The one-turn moves are kind of OP, in my opinion. Like, when I tried out the new rollout move from Community Day, and it's a 3-turn move that it's a little bit less energy than Lock-On, and it does less damage than Lock-On because it's a 3-turn move. It's kind of ridiculous. Galarian Stunfisk, I think this guy gets another refund, so you can see Ice Wall. Okay, no, I don't know. At 1.5 times speed, I can't see anything. I'm not gonna lie. But we're met with the Trevenant here. This is a very hard switch in. Like, you're able to grab a shield off of it, which is nice. It's no like Meganium or something like that where it's just gonna body you. But Trevenant does get a lot of energy out of this matchup if they play it properly. And they're gonna opt to take me out. They don't want to shield again. But honestly, I think they should have probably farmed and taken the Ice Beam, because this Abomasnow is just gonna one-shot them anyways when they come in. And then we have the G-Fisk now. I try and make a catch. No dice. And I've mind gamed them here. They think might think that I caught. So they're not gonna bait, because that would be dumb. So that's why I shield that move there. It's also likely the highest damage move, Earthquake, against Tapu Fini, and they come in with Azumarill here. So once again, Tapu Fini kind of gets to go off in the back because the one counter Trevenant in this case is removed. So in this case, do I shield this? I don't shield this, I don't think. Earthquake deals more damage than Play Rough for sure. So if you do spend a shield here, then you have to worry about the fact that G-Fisk no longer has to bait. They can just throw the move. And I guess now they can just throw, what do you call it? Rock Slide anyways to take out Tapu Fini. Go into Abomasnow because I can tank this move from Azumarill. I'm going to farm up quite a bit here. Throw the Energy Ball. I don't want to go down. I need to make this G-Fisk throw a move at me. And they do. And yeah, I don't shield. I'm a bit scared that they're at 2 moves. They're at a ton of energy already. And I think my Fini has a better shot at getting to Surf with a shield. And it looks like it is going to get there. I also thought my Fini had a little bit more energy. So it ended up being a bit of a riskier play than I originally intended it to be. yeah, another win. And once again, that was a tough lead. Yeah, it was tough-ish. I mean, G-Fisk is kind of neutral, but the swap in was rough. Scrafty lead, this one's pretty bad. So gonna go into the Azu. Oh, this game I forgot what Pokemon they led with because I was too busy chatting with the stream. We have another Trevenant switch in. You can see how this is played. You know what? It's the same every time. Shields out. Trevenant farms up a bunch. Trevenant throws Seed Bomb. Trevenant farms a little more. And then Trevenant throws another Seed Bomb. And unfortunately, my Azu is not XL. I think in the one shield, Trevenant ends up having to throw a Shadow Ball and a Seed Bomb or something like that. I don't know. In this case, it definitely doesn't. Well, it's not the one shield anyways. But I don't shield up. I'm going to go back in with a Abomasnow. And yeah. Kind of forgot what the lead was. It was Scrafty. Either way, I'm not shielding this because that was way too early. They swap in the Scrafty. And yeah. The rest is history. Fini, yeah. My mistake here was swapping out or waiting the switch clock. If I didn't wait to the switch clock and I logged that Trevenant in and I took it out with a Abomasnow, then I wouldn't be in this predicament. But unfortunately now my Fini has to go back up against the Trevenant. And it's kind of a tall order here for Fini to beat whatever's in the back plus the Trevenant. And likely they wouldn't have saved their Trevenant if they didn't have two answers for Abomasnow. So I'm going to go with the Abomasnow. And I'm just going to farm this thing down. I don't care about my shields at this point. Like, it's better to farm down and use my shields because I have two left. Otherwise, I'm going to lose with two shields. And that's exactly what would have happened because in comes the Wigglytuff. Yeah. Tough game for sure. Yeah, I think this is the last one here. Another positive set. I think it's a 4-winner. Yeah, that's the video. This is it's a fun team, a bit of a throwback. I feel like potentially leaving the game soon. Kind of going full circle, right? This is probably my second most run team in terms of, or second most run core, Abomasnow and Azumarill. I've run this kind of thing a lot. I'm very comfortable with the Pokemon. I love Abomasnow. It's carried me to Legend, rank 10 before that countless times. This Pokemon is nuts, and I'm glad it's kind of returned to the meta with all of these, I guess, water types coming back with Walrein. I know it's not great against Walrein, but like Walrein and now Tapu Fini, it's good against Trevenant. Like, it's kind of got play against a lot of stuff here, so I think it might be back to stay. And Tapu Fini is for sure here to stay. It's just a matter of getting a Tapu Fini under 1500, and because I know I'm gonna get this question in the comments, to get Tapu Fini under 1500, look at my IVs. Got to trade with someone to get there, and I had to trade with a good friend, also a good friend, and to get those IVs under the cap there. And unfortunately, these IVs are pretty bad for Tapu Fini, even regardless. But you kind of take what you can get with this kind of thing. I don't have unlimited Tapu Finis to trade. I think I've got one more shot, so I figured I'd just build this one anyways. So, anyways, that's the video. And once again, huge shout out to my Patreon supporters. Could not be doing this without you guys. And yeah, you guys are the ones who've given me the power to keep trucking on at this point. Yeah. Anyways, everyone else, thanks for watching.